Hi everyone, it's Allie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would make a video about what you actually need to bring with you to college, since I am now a graduate student. So I have been through the whole college experience, so I thought I would share my advice with you. Alright, so first thing I'm going to talk about is actually school supplies, because this applies to everyone and not just people that will be actually living at school. So the first thing I would recommend is notebooks for every class, either one individual for each class or a 5-subject notebook for all of your classes. If you have an iPad, you could use that for digital notes instead, because I know a lot of people prefer that, but I am someone that likes to write on paper. I don't know, it's very helpful for me to write. The next thing I would recommend would be a planner. These are so helpful for you to keep track of all of your assignments that you have. I usually go through at the beginning of the year and just write in every assignment for the entire semester, and that is so helpful with being able to look back and see what's due each week. Next thing that I recommend are folders. There's not usually a lot of paper that you end up getting, but you may get a few things, and it's nice to have just like a folder to put those things in. So I would start off with like 1 or 2 folders and then see if you're getting a lot of paperwork and if you need to get more. Another thing that's surprisingly helpful is tape. You'd be surprised how much you need tape. That's something that I don't think I even thought of getting until I needed it. And of course, scissors. Scissors are always great to have too. Next thing is a stapler, and staples obviously. If you have professors that want you to print out your essay, most of the time they want it to be stapled already when you're turning it in. I had a professor that would not take a paper unless it was already stapled. And of course, if you're taking any math classes, then you will be needing a calculator. Usually math classes will tell you if you need a specific one or if like any calculator is fine, so make sure to look at your syllabus and see what they recommend. Obviously, pens and pencils. I actually prefer to take my notes in pen, but pencils are great to have in case you have any exams that are on like those Scantron sheets where you need to have a number 2 pencil. Highlighters are really great to have for taking notes, emphasizing things that you think might be really important, and then also whiteout, because especially since I write in pen for all of my notes, it's very annoying when you mess up and then you just have to like scribble it out and then it looks horrible, so whiteout is very nice to have as well. The thing that's great to have are index cards to make little flashcards, or you can use Quizlet as well if you don't think that you would actually write out your flashcards, but as I said before, I'm someone that really likes to write things, so flashcards can be really nice to use. Alright, so moving into more of the dorm related things, I've split these all into categories. So the first thing would be like bedding and linens and stuff like that. You are going to need sheets for your bed. Usually the beds are twin XL, but your college will tell you if it's different. So I recommend having 2 sets of sheets, because you'll want to have another set for when you're doing laundry, because no one wants to take off the sheets and then you forget to do the laundry and then you have no sheets that night. So I recommend definitely 2 sets. Pillows, I recommend 2, but it's really up to personal preference on how many you want to sleep with. So a comforter. I honestly did not sleep with a comforter. I actually just I slept on top of my comforter and then I used a throw blanket, but that's just because I sweat really easily in the night. So, but it's still nice to have a comforter because then your bed looks more put together. Another thing that's great to have is one of those foam pieces to go on top of the bed, because the dorm beds are not comfortable at all. They are so thin and they're hard as a rock. So having the foam topper is great, and then also getting like a mattress protector. Moving on from bedding would be towels. I would actually recommend 3 towels because, like I said, you're not going to want to do laundry that often, so it's better to have more than you think you'll need, because you're going to want to go to take a shower and then you're not going to have any towels. So I recommend 3, and then also face cloths as well. So laundry basket. I recommend one that's easy to carry, so like a fabric one. Or if your dorm has an elevator that you know of, then I would recommend one with wheels, because those are just so much easier than having to carry your whole laundry basket with you. Moving on to electronics. The first thing that I would recommend is an extension cord, because usually dorm rooms don't have a lot of outlets in them, so an extension cord is great if there's no plug like near your bed so you can plug in your phone and everything. And then the next thing would be a surge protector, just like a power strip thing, so you can plug in multiple things. This is really helpful, especially near your desk, because you'll likely have to plug in your computer, a desk lamp, like any of that stuff. So it's great to have multiple things. One of the more obvious things would be your phone charger, your computer charger. And like I said before, a desk lamp is really helpful too, because it's nice to not wake up your roommate when you're getting up early or staying up late studying. It's nice to just have a little light so you're not bothering them. The best thing that I had in my dorm was my mini fridge. So if your school allows it, make sure you check on like the size requirements and everything. Those are super helpful. And then also a microwave. I actually wasn't allowed to have a microwave in mine, but there was a shared microwave for the floor, so you'll have to just check with yours, of course. So moving on to the next category, which is toiletries. The first thing I would recommend is a shower caddy, so you can place all of your items in there. This will be really helpful to transport things to the bathroom, especially if your bathroom isn't connected to your dorm. And then related to that would be shower shoes, because shared showers are usually pretty gross and you don't know who was in there before you, so it's great to have shoes to wear, just like little flip-flops or something that you can wear in the shower and on the way back. So a robe or one of those towels with like a Velcro around it. This is great to have so you don't have to bring your clothes to change into with you, but you feel a little bit more covered than just having like a towel around you when you're walking back to your room. And then obvious things like soap, face wash, deodorant, toothpaste, a toothbrush, floss, hairbrush, Q-tips, lotion, shaving cream, a razor if needed, nail clippers, tweezers, hair dryer, feminine hygiene products, and either a curling iron or a straightener, whatever you think you would use. I recommend actually just bringing a straightener because then you can straighten your hair, but you can also curl your hair with a straightener. Contacts or glasses if needed. Sunscreen. Sunscreen's really important. You want to make sure you're wearing sunscreen every day. Obviously, protect your skin. Makeup remover is also very helpful. The storage things that I think are really helpful would be under the bed storage. That's really great because you can lift up your bed a little higher and then you have a ton of room underneath. And I actually recommend getting like plastic drawers. That's what I had because they only gave me one dresser thing and it was really small, just 3 drawers. So having another few drawers was really helpful for all of my clothes that I didn't want to hang up. Bed risers can also help because that can lift up your bed even more. So I recommend bringing those even if you don't think you'll use them. They can lift the bed up on the posts for you, but if you don't want to even deal with that, you can just bring bed risers and then you're good. Another thing that I really loved having was actually one of those rolling carts. I had that as my bedside table and then I also used it to store like all my snacks and things that I could microwave. Miscellaneous items would be a trash can and trash bags, obviously. I had a full-size trash can. I think that this was a lot better than just having one of those small ones because the small ones get full so easily and you have to take it out all the time. A fan can be really helpful to have in your dorm. Some dorms don't have AC, so it's great to have a fan so you can obviously get some air moving and cool yourself off at night. But even if your room does have an AC, sometimes it's nice to have a fan to even block out other noises or anything. And then obviously laundry detergent, I didn't say that before, but you'll need that. Sometimes laundry machines only take coins, so it's good to bring a lot of quarters, or you can just check with your school. My school, you could use your student ID you could load money on there and use that. Either a small vacuum or a broom. This is great to have so that you can clean your room. I just had a really cheap vacuum from like Target or something. I think it was really like $15 and it was so helpful just to have something so I could clean off my rug. Another thing would be a Brita water pitcher. Those are really great because sometimes the water isn't great and it just tastes bad, so it's nice to have the filtered water. Moving on to medicines that you may need, I recommend bringing Tums, and then a pain reliever like ibuprofen, aspirin. Cough drops are great to have, and then also cold medicine. Tissues are great to have, another thing for colds, and then also band-aids are nice to have because you never know when you might need one. Moving on to decor type things, obviously whatever decor you want is best. I recommend either plants or fake plants, some posters, pictures, and to help you hang up those things, either like poster putty or command hooks. Those are really great because they usually don't take the paint off. I have heard that it does happen to some people, but my room was fine. Another great thing would be like a full-length mirror. That's really helpful to be able to look at your entire outfit. Then also like Christmas lights, string lights, or like LED lights. Those are really great to have. And moving on to clothing that I think that you may need. Obviously, hangers are a good thing to have. I would recommend taking all of your clothes that you plan to hang and hanging them before you pack, and then just wrapping a trash bag around them so that they're already hung up and you don't have to spend a ton of time hanging everything up when you get there. Another thing that may be necessary would be a raincoat, a winter coat depending on where you live, rain boots or snow boots, or just one, it doesn't really matter. A pair or two of sneakers are always great to have, and then also a pair of nicer, like business casual kind of shoes. I recommend having one business casual outfit because you never know if you may need to do like a fancier presentation or if you have a job interview. And moving on to the basics, obviously underwear, socks, pajamas, t-shirts are great to have, long sleeve t-shirts, sweaters, sweatshirts, pants, leggings, jeans, whatever you prefer to wear. Some shorts are great because usually in the beginning of the year it's still pretty hot, depending on where you live obviously, or maybe it's hot all year round. I never used a bathing suit while I was in school, but I know other people that did, so it's great to have at least one because you never know when someone might invite you to go to like a pool or a beach or, you know, whatever, and it's great to have one with you already so you don't have to go buy one. Obviously, depending on where you live, a winter hat and gloves because it can get very cold where I live at least, so it was great to have a hat. And then sunglasses are always great to have as well because it gets super sunny and walking to class, you're gonna be blind. So it's great to have sunglasses. All right, so now this section of the video is for people who may have like a living area, a kitchen, a bathroom in their dorm. For your own bathroom, you need a shower curtain and shower curtain rings. You want to talk with your roommates or whoever you're sharing this bathroom with beforehand so that you don't have multiples of things. So a shower curtain and rings, and then like the shower curtain liner as well. You'll want hand soap. Toilet paper is a big one. They don't give you any toilet paper, so you have to bring your own. So you want to make sure that you have that, especially when you're moving and you don't want to have to go to the bathroom and then you have no toilet paper. Bath mat, bathroom cleaner, must have that because you're gonna have to clean it yourself. No one's gonna come in and clean it for you. So bathroom cleaner, a toilet brush, a plunger, all great things to have. Sort of air freshener is really nice to have as well because you never know. And then if you have your own like living common area, if you have a couch, I would recommend bringing some type of sheet to put over it because usually they're really old and a lot of people have used them and they're kind of gross. So having a sheet is really nice so you can actually sit on it and not feel gross every time after you sit on it. Another great thing to have would be a rug, either for your room or for the living area. These are nice and makes it feel more homey, and usually the floors are either like wood floors or they're just tiles and they can get pretty cold. Any decor that you may want for your living area, you can again talk to your roommates, and then also a TV if possible. It's another thing you want to talk to your roommates about if someone's gonna bring one, if you even think you'll use one. I don't think we used one in our common area. I don't think I used a TV at all. I think I really just used my laptop the whole time. But if you plan on having your friends over to your dorm, it may be nice to have a TV so that you guys can use that. If you have your own kitchen, you need pots and pans. If you have a stove, you'll need plates, bowls, cups. I would recommend 2 or 3 because it's nice to have some, even if you have friends come over or if you just, you know, you don't do dishes as often as you should. It's nice to have a couple. But on that hand, you should be doing your dishes, especially if you share it with someone else because no one wants to have to deal with that. And then also a sponge to do the dishes, dish soap, silverware will be needed as well. Can opener is great to have, oven mitt, a toaster, and then just moving on to some important kind of documents that'll be nice to have in case you want to get a job or just for any reason really. Obviously your driver's license or like government issued ID, your student ID, health insurance card is great to have in case anything happens. Just carry that on you. Right, so that's just a quick run through of everything that I think that you'll need for school, especially if you're living there. I'll actually, in the description, I'll have it linked, just a whole list of everything so you can print that out or you can check back and you can use that when you're doing your shopping. So let me know down below if you have any other questions or if you need any help with anything else or any ideas of videos that you would like me to make. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you again next week.